Hello, this is Eric Merritt from Eric Merritt Sells AZ Real Estate of HomeSmart Northeast Mesa. This is our sixth market update video for this year, for June 2022. We're going to be going into some very interesting changes. The number of actives have gone way up from last month. And this picture that's from behind me is the Salt River, and there's some kids that are taking advantage of the cooler temperatures of the water, paddle boarding, which a lot of people are doing this time of the year. This picture was actually taken in August of 2021, last year, so almost a year ago. So the first part of the video, we're going to talk about, like we normally do, the number of actives, number of closed, the monthly absorption rate, so you can see how fast the monthly absorption rates are increasing. And then we're going to go into the average sales prices of the cities from 3 to 400,000, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. And then there's two newcomers in the 6 to 700,000 this month, Northeast Mesa and Chandler. And then Waddell even moved into the 700,000 plus price category. Then we're going to go into the monthly sales price to list price ratios last month, and you'll see that they are holding a lot stronger than you would think, even though the market is shifting towards we're still in a very heavy seller's market because we're still under 3-4 months of supply, well under that. And then we're going to go into the number of homes sold in each of the 12 different price categories. And then condos and townhomes, mobile homes, 150 to 300,000, and then single family from 250 all the way up to 5 million and up. And that will pretty much conclude the video. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get this video started. Okay, this is our market synopsis of June 2022. And on June 22nd, 2022, we have almost 13,000 active listings. So we went way up from February 11th. So this is January. The number of active listings on February 11th really was 5,028. The number that was active on June 22nd is 12,757. So as you can see, going from April to just April 22nd to 2 months later, we've gone up almost a full 1 month of supply. If that rate continues, then we will be at a 4-month supply by the end of this year, which is a balanced market. So if it does go up incrementally 1 month for every 2 months, then that would be 3 months added to the 1.46. So it would be 4.5 months of supply. I really like the real estate market when it's about a 2.5, like a 2 to 3 month supply. The sellers still have an advantage over buyers, but buyers are still getting some concessions here and there, getting some repairs done. So it's more, more even of doing certain things instead of this crazy market that we had, before March, like in March, February, for a year and a half from when couple months after COVID-19 started all the way to March of this year. We had this crazy seller's market of, appraisals being waived, appraisal contingencies, no repairs, no nothing. People, bidding more, getting 5, 10, 15% over list price, just real crazy stuff. Those days are over now. In fact, there's 2 realtors in Mountain Bridge in my neighborhood that one of their homes is pending. The other one just got listed 2 days ago. So if that tells you something, and maybe they have a plan to upgrade. I know one of them, I believe, is upgrading to having a bigger lot and maybe having more amenities, or I don't know what their plans are, but so you can see what the monthly supply is. It went from 0.93 last month to 1.46 this month. That's a pretty big increase. Now the Cromford report, this is the Cromford Market Index, and in the other videos in the past, I have not said what the balanced market number is. If this market index number is 100, that's a balanced market in terms of the market index for Cromford report. Buckeye is getting very close to 100, if that tells you something. And with the rise of interest rates that are happening, like a week ago, like 2 weeks ago was 6.5%. This past week it was 5.9% on the 30-year conventional loan. And, when you have that in these more bread and butter areas of the price ranges that's getting the most affected are 3 to 500,000, 5 to 750,000, 250 to 350 on single family homes, and even condos and mobile homes are getting affected too. So that's where your biggest increases are at, and you will see that. And so basically, look at all these numbers. 33% drop, 36, 38%, 33. Paradise Valley only went down 16% on market index because that is a luxury market. The markets that are not getting affected by this as much are $1 million and above. Those are the markets that are not getting affected that much by these interest increases because they're paying cash for the homes, or they're paying a jumbo loan with a great deal amount of equity coming from somewhere else. So cities with average sales prices are the same, from 3 to 400,000. Apache Junction was 335, 836. Casa Grande was 367, just about. Coolidge was 333, and Florence was 375.5. Cities from 4 to 500,000, Santan Valley and Whitman both went back under 500,000 this past month for May sales, and the others are right in the same. Avondale was at 449, 662, so 450,000. Buckeye was 495. Glendale was 460. Levine was the same as Buckeye, 494.5. Maricopa 417. Mesa was 490,000. So all of Mesa was 490,000. Surprise 485. Tolleson 462. There's only 4 cities this month or last month that were between 5 and 600,000. Goodyear 572, Peoria 569, Phoenix 553, Tempe 513. And then cities from 6 to 700,000, Chandler as a newcomer in this category. It went from 599 last month to 651, 636. Gilbert is knocking on the door to 700,000. Do you believe that? All of Gilbert almost averages 700,000 in average sales price. Gold Canyon was 692 and 8, it's almost 693. Northeast Mesa is a newcomer in this category as well. It sits 42.7. North Central Gilbert sits 61. And Crane Creek is getting close to 700,000, 687,000, pretty much. Cities that are 700,000 and up, always the same with Carefree, Cave Creek, Fountain Hills, Paradise Valley, that you expect. PV last month was just under $3.5 million in average sales price. Scottsdale was $1,122,084. Southeast Gilbert was 735, and Waddell, new for this month, was at 708. So that pretty much concludes that part. Now we're going to go into the home types, price ranges, and payment types. So this is going to compare the sales price to list price ratio. I'm not going to go through every one of them. I'm just going to name the ones that have the most change. So when you see this number in red, this is a big jump. Condos and townhomes in 150 to 300,000, we had 334 active on June 20th versus 198 on May 20th. That's a big increase. Single family homes, 2007 on May 20th to 3526. That's very big. Single family 500 to 750 went from 2331 to 3892. And single family 750 to a million went from 991, just under 1,000, to 1460 active. So what you'll see is these price categories that I'm showing you, a single family 350 to 500 went from 0.66 to 1.28. That's almost double, right under that. Single family 500,000 to 750 went from 1.02 months of supply in May to this month to 1.69 months of supply. 3 to 5 million went from 2.37 to 2.96. That's not that much of an increase for considering that price point. However, the 5 million and up went from 5.42 to 10.4 months of supply. That is only because the number of actives are pretty much the same. It was 130 on May 20th, 125 on 6/20 in June on 6/20. However, only 12 sold last month versus 25 sold in April. So that's where the monthly inventory rate jumped up quite a bit. So takeaways on this, 5 out of 12 price categories had 50% or more sharp increase in monthly absorption rate. And I just went over those. They are as follows: condos and townhomes 150 to 300 went up 86% in monthly absorption rate. Single family 350 to 500,000 went up 76%. Single family 500 to 750 went up 67%. And 5 million and up went up 92% in monthly absorption rate. Now, these are the price categories that have a 40% increase in the number of active listings. We're going to go into that into another sheet. Now, 3 out of 12 actually had higher sales price to list price ratio, with 9 others only being slightly lower than the previous month. So I'm going to show you an example. 750,000 or a million went from 101% even to 102.2. That's pretty interesting there. The 5 million and up went from 95.3 to 101.1. I have never, ever seen 5 million and up price category over 100%. This is the first time in the history that I've been doing this that I've ever seen that. And now these are the number of homes that have sold. So mobile homes, 152 sold, 16 were on an FHA, 33 conventional, and 62 were cash. And out of the 16 that were sold FHA, only 3 of them got seller concessions. We're going to go into single family. 542 sold between 250 and 350. 206 were sold conventional, 138 were cash. Single family 350 to 500,000. 2,749 were sold, and 1,200 were conventional, and 910 were cash. So 299 were FHA. So that's just over 10% basically. Single family, 1 million to 2 million, 269 were sold conventional out of 508 total that were sold. And 175 of those were paid cash. So you can look at that sheet and then digest all the other numbers if you like to. And then now we're going to go into price categories that had a 40% increase or more in the number of active listings from May 21st to June 21st. Condos and townhomes went up 69% from 198 on May 20th to 334. Single family 350,000 to 500 went from 2007 to 3526. That's a 76% increase in the number of actives. So where's that price category? Cities of Santan Valley, Buckeye, Laveen, Maricopa, Glendale. So those are the cities that you're going to see that jump there. And that is because when the interest rates go up, what happens? A lot of buyers end up getting disqualified because the debt to income ratio gets pushed up because the payment also got pushed up, maybe $300 extra a month. And when buyers are in that price range, they tend to go very close to the top anyway. Well, when you add the extra $300, that takes them right out. Single family from 500,000 to 750 went from the 2331 to 3892. That's a 67% increase. So if the takeaways on this is to, if you have a distinctive need that you have to sell your house because you're relocating, or you need a RV garage, or you need the extra space, you need more bedrooms, or a mother-in-law suite, or a casita, or something like that, then go ahead and sell, because we're at the top of the market. March definitely was the top of the market. Now, in order to get to a balanced market, we would have to have an increase. I'm going to go back to that sheet here. We would have to have an increase of a half of a month every month till the end of the year, just to get back to the 4 to 4.5 months of supply. The highest I've ever seen it is around 3 months. So will there be another crash like 2007, 2008, 2009? I don't think so. It'll just level out, is my strict opinion. There's a lot of speculation on what's going to happen with the real estate market, as you know, on the media. So if you have any questions at all, or you feel free to ask me any questions, or you have a need to possibly make a move, feel free to give me a call at 480-999-6061. And if you like this video and you'd like to see this content some more, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and share this video with anyone that you may know that wants to move into our Metro Phoenix area, whatever area that the case may be. And I look forward to working with you whenever it is in the future. Thank you very much, and you have a great month.